Welcome back, friends. You are watching Tactical Enlightenment, featuring our 300 series. All of these episodes that feature our small but powerful force of war veterans face off against foes in a wide variety of scenarios and in ever increasingly more difficult situations. Alright, friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to helping you get better Bannerlord through the use of field command and tactics. And we continue on soldiering through this series with our 300 men. We are heading towards a castle that we took in this lower area because there are some interesting battle maps in this area. And I see enemy tracks in this direction. So we are searching for another victim for this series. Of course, if you don't know, this series is inspired, of course, by the Spartans at Thermopylae. We have a very war-hardened group here, and we have found enemies here. This is Southern Empire armies converging, and it's large enough for us to introduce the characters here. These are our family members and elite armor. Armies, rather. These guys are a remnant of my very late game campaign. We're going to even off the force here, so we have a full 300. And into battle we go here. Hopefully can get all three of these. They're all engaging. This guy's got a fucking echo. Too much inbreeding there, buddy. Plus you have a terrible helmet. Alright, so we're going to use normal player damage for this series. Of course we have advantages of our own, namely our very high-end companions. A lot of them are level 35 and 40. But of course we're facing an overwhelming force. I thought there'd be water on this map. Here we go. So water is a very useful tool in slowing down an enemy attack, and I want the deepest, widest amount of water between us and the enemy force. Just like this. You see all that water that the enemy has to trudge through and wade through to get to us. That'll allow our ranged units to pound them and hopefully weaken their forces on the way. I've got my crossbow division. I'm going to set them towards the front. The 4th Corps is almost always my crossbow division. I separate it by adding shields to an archer group. And I will use them aggressively early on and then defensively as the battle gets going. I'll use them as a square. I'll use them as a distractionary shield wall. And of course we'll attack with them. Because in these battles against literally huge forces, thousands of enemies, every single guy has got to wield their sword. Even if that's not their primary job. 6th Corps skirmishers, 1st Corps is infantry. Depending on where the enemy is, how close they are, I will use those both as attacking units. Sometimes I use the 1st infantry as a screen or a square. 3rd Cav is usually defensive. The archers are in a big group towards the back. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with the 2nd and 7th Cav. The 7th is horse archers. I typically drag them. And then the 2nd I usually assign to spots depending on where the enemy attacks. Last thing I didn't mention is my 8th Corps. And the 8th Corps is mostly comprised of my elite knights. Most of them are mounted, and most of them have very high-end skills. 300 riding skill, a lot of them. So when those guys charge a formation, it causes massive destruction. Think of it like supercharged banner knights. All of them have, 250 plus weapon skill, and a lot of them have 300 plus riding. So they're doing charge damage, they're knocking guys to the ground. It's a devastating force.
Hold arrows!
The enemy's quite a ways away here. Here they come. They're roaring over the ridge here. Oh shit. Gotta do a little horse acrobatics here. We almost got stuck on the rocks. I want this enemy attacking. In preference, I want to lure their cav in first. If I can fight this enemy in detail, we have a chance to win. Of course, in a battle where you're outnumbered 8-1, you have to take every single tactical advantage you can. We're going to slow them down with water, we're going to make concentrated attacks, and we're going to use distractionary squares. These are horse archers. What I want these guys to come into this water and engage, and then we will light them up with arrows. I didn't mention it, but we're on hold fire here. We've got to conserve our ammo in a battle like this. In fact, another thing I've started doing is charging with our archers on hold fire. I want my archers at certain times to charge and not shoot. I want to conserve their ammunition for more important times. So in we go here. We're going to light them up with fire. We just lit up fire for all. And we're effectively going to try to ambush these guys, chase them out of here, shoot as many as we can, and make them think twice about coming back in. Punish them on the way out. Of course, we're moving faster. We've got higher level riding skill, and they're trudging through this marsh. And now we've got to peel off. Their main force is coming up in a hurry. They've got two different cav wings, it looks like. One of them's primarily heavy cav. The other one has a lot of archers in it. It looks like we're going to have to jockey back and forth between these two. So my fourth on this little island here, I'm ready to set them into a square. With all these cav coming our way, there'll be this fucking bitch. A very fast, blunt object smashing me in the face. Took more than a quarter of my life. We soldier on. All right. Shifting the fourth into a square. And we're going to continue to pound the enemy at range here. You notice how slowly they're coming through the marsh there. Oh, these guys are still not in a square. I was sure I shifted my fourth into a square. Well, right now they're okay, actually. They're doing some shooting. All right, we're going to do a little bit of kiting here at the edge of the riverbed, and then we're going to make a concentrated attack on the enemy. Yeah, see, I'm going to have to get these guys into a square. The infantry's approaching them. I've got my two cav divisions I'm going to charge with. We're backing up our infantry to kite, and then we're going to attack with our archers.
Follow me!
Our infantry is now dealing with that square, and that's what we want. We want them distracted. These guys are vulnerable. Their backs are turned. Meanwhile, we can attack half of their army now with our other divisions. This is going to be the 1st, 6th, 2nd, 8th divisions attacking all at the same time. Oh, and the archers. I'm sending in the archers and telling these guys to hold fire. They now join the fray. It's basically like I added 100 shock troops to our assault. I can pursue some of the cav. I don't even need to help my infantry in this case. They are being decimated. A lot of them got softened up on the way in, and now it's just a matter of finishing the job. That was quick. They evaporated there. All right, let's get these guys spread out and open fire. Let's get the archers up here towards the front, crossbowmen towards the front. And let's pursue these archers and chase them out of here. They look like they're regrouping already, actually. They are regrouping. All right, we reset them. The enemy's going to get some friends. They need more friends for another attack. That gives us time to reset here. We can continue to work on their cavalry. I'm charging with my 2nd and 3rd behind me. We can kind of work on this cav division. Again, we're fighting the enemy in detail here. While the rest of their forces regroup, we can pick on their horse archers, cut their heads off, try and kill all their heavy cav, target their nobles, and mow them down. Right? They go back to their reforming minus some nobles and a couple heads. We're going to hold fire again here as we reset for the next charge. Again, I like this little island for the 4th Corps because that's my distractionary square. There's a few infantry in there, but it's mostly crossbowmen who at this stage are probably largely out of ammunition. Their job now is bait. Stand there, look pretty, look like a tasty morsel for the enemy to attack, and then we'll do the rest. 8th Corps is still largely intact. I don't see a single one of them down yet. I've got small cav lines, but I can line them up in case the enemy charges with cav the next assault. And I'm still dragging the 7th Corps. Here comes the next wave, and they are leading with cav. Some of them are horse archers again. Let's try to unseat these fucking horse archers. We can hardly win a battle while we're being shot by fucking 50 horse archers and attacked by infantry. It's interesting, they're screening their own troops with heavy cav. I have not seen the computer do this behavior before. It's a good strategy. I don't know if it's going to make it make it work for them, but it's better than just horse archers alone on their own. The enemy looks concerned. They're sitting a long ways back this time. They don't seem too eager to charge like the first battle. Maybe they heard about what happened. And again, we're going to continue to fight this cav in detail here. One at a time, we will wipe out their armies. These guys, look at, they're heading right towards our square. Yeah, you guys go ahead and attack that while you get shot to pieces, mowed down. The enemy attacked us in this situation, so I feel no urgency to attack the enemy. There will be a time where they're breaking or the momentum is ours, where we will probably surge forward and try to use our speed and heavy cav. But right now, we're going to let them come to us, come into this maw of death. Horse archers, you guys are fucking dead. They're going to get annihilated by arrows.
Hold arrow! Cavalry! Line of shields up!
It doesn't show you in game, but I've played enough battles at this stage to have a rough idea of how much ammunition our troops have left. Our crossbowmen are almost out or completely out of ammunition, and I would say our archers have 20 or 25 arrows left. We've got enough for one good barrage, and then maybe fuck, speared me. Both those guys speared me. You guys can fucking pay for it. Take a few heads off of that shit. I've got to start watching my health. Battles like this are all about conserving your resources, conserving our cav, keeping our 8th Corps back for a decisive charge. We're conserving our arrows when we can. When the enemy wheels away, we're gonna hold our arrows, and of course, trying to conserve my own health. I've learned to play a little less reckless the longer I've played, the more battles I've been unseated in winnable battles. This battle looks like a winnable battle, and so I need to play a little bit more defensive. Doesn't mean I can't kill guys, it just means that I can't go in like Conan the Barbarian. Here they come. They just started charging. 4th Corps in a square. We're going to make a simultaneous attack again. We're going to open fire here, charge both cav divisions, and join our men on foot. This is way too many infantry to stay on horse. Got this nice little ridge to hide behind here. I can cause some damage to their archers. In this situation, it's pretty safe because they're advancing. They're moving. They're throwing javelins at us, motherfuckers. You guys are all bottled up. You guys are just asking to be killed. Here comes their infantry wave. 4th Corps is doing a great job. They're distracting everybody. They're absorbing targets. As we prepare for this next combined assault. Sending in the cav, sending in the 8th Corps. We'll pull this 4th Corps back. They're in a square. They're being dragged back, essentially. I want the enemy in this march. I want them joining us, trudging in the march here. I get the 1st Corps in front of me. We'll use their shield since I don't have one yet. And we're just going to combined onslaught here against the enemy. This is an F1, F3 situation. Hold fire with the archers. Everybody charges. I want these guys all swinging their weapons. No arrows here. They've got archers, so we'll get a screen wall of the 4th Corps in front to block a lot of the arrows, intercept them, and commence the killing. We need a horse. We've got to attack these archers. They're spread out in a wide salient on our right flank. I don't have enough speed, too. This is a problem. Fuck. I got to get out of here without too much damage. I'm going to drag cav units directly into those archers. The left flank is secure. They're getting eaten up by infantry, but these guys are a problem. Let's get cav units and the 8th Corps to follow me here. Those elite knights that I've been keeping back in this battle, this is their moment. Just run these fucking guys over. It's like a freight train. Here they come. These guys are knocked down, they're stabbed, they're speared, they're fucking freaked out, and they get killed. No more shooting for you guys. The left wing is secure. Still finishing them off a few guys up there. We can start moving up. Now is our time to be aggressive. We might be able to break this enemy morale if we can put on another ass whooping here. The enemy doesn't like it if you come up aggressively in the face of a large force and kick their ass. It really damages morale. If you play defensive in a battle like this, sometimes you could lose because the enemy acts like you're the prey. We want to tell the enemy, you guys are the prey. Establish some primeval dominance here. We can get the enemy to rout. We don't have to kill these thousands of troops that they have. This is where we have just a handful of arrows left, and it's going to count. Cav shield walls in front. We're moving up the skirmishers and 1st Infantry. We're going to give them a barrage here before we join our men on foot. If I had less health, I would stay on horse, I think, but I kill so much faster on foot. Here they come. Charging with the crossbowmen. These guys are now playing offense. These guys have been in a square. This is their chance to get some kills. 3 different lines of shield walls charging here. Their archers are being ran over by the 8th Corps. They're routing, or falling back at least. Alright, they're not our concern. Let's kill their infantry. We'll send this cav unit that's in a square to attack. Let's finish off their infantry before we turn to the rest of their forces. They're reforming. I still got companions throwing javelins. Varag with his javelin skills. And we can pick up some of these guys as javelins. Troops are advancing at this stage. I want them attacking the troops, the enemy. I want them pushed back now. I want the enemy to be reeling here. I need a horse. That means you, buddy. Get off. Just pulled back our 2 cav corps and the 8th Corps. Let's advance the units here. We can attack them before they get onto that ridge. They have 400. They have over 500 troops in this next wave. The battle's not over yet. Here they come. They're pouring over the ridge. Let's add my axe to this terror. I don't know about you, but I would rout. Those javelins now come in handy. We can add to their fucking corps morale by throwing their own javelins right in their back. They still have a few horse archers. Now there's one less. Our archers still have a few arrows left and they're picking some off the ground. Let's keep the pressure on here. These guys, if they're not routing, they sure want to. Sometimes the enemy will be right on the edge of routing. You've heard me mention it 1,000 times. If you can get just a few more kills, a few more guys that you rip their limbs off, that's all she wrote. Your arm is flying through the air, dude.
See you in hell.
Loose formation!
Let's keep the momentum up. These guys are still defending. That means they still have some will to fight. Gotta break it. Move up our formations here. Our infantry are trying to track down their infantry. I don't have much cav left, but I know they're out there causing damage too. The enemy is reforming. Motherfucker. We don't have arrows at this stage. I don't have the ammunition to charge a 500 or 600 group army with arrows. And all of their troops, of course, have arrows still because they barely got to shoot me. We're gonna have to reestablish the lines here and grind them down. Maybe we'll take our troops into a tight formation. We'll do a little bit more horse theft here. Give me that. Checks in the mail. Varag is still alive. That's one of my highest level companions. In fact, his spec is identical to mine. 330 athletics, 332 hand, and something like 300 throwing. 290, 300 throwing. He's a savage. He just lacks my horse skills. Gonna run some guys over. 69 damage. What a fucking horse I'm on. This thing must be just like a lead wall. You're literally killing guys almost in one shot with the horse. Guy tried to fucking spear us. Motherfucker. These guys are still fighting. They haven't broke yet. My forces are taking forever to catch up. Yeah, see, they're still fucking drawing arrows. You motherfuckers. Some have left the battle. Some are exiting. Let's try to kill this morale. Sometimes they are turning, you motherfuckers. Sometimes getting off your horse here will get them to charge, but we can work these guys with our axe. I've got a shield in case they turn on me here. This is risky, but I'm trying to finish this morale off. If we can get in here and kill a half dozen guys, maybe that'll convince them they should leave. Shit. We got like 4 or 5 cavalry attacking their whole force. Right on the edge of routing. Rout, you motherfuckers. Maybe if they won't rout, we'll just have to kill them all. How about now? You guys want to rout? Beautiful. These are their troops too. We're making sure nobody's turning around here. We've got quite a few troops left. They're just a long ways back.
Line formation.
There might be a few enemy troops left, but I think that's it. Fuck yeah, the Spartans roll on.
Yeah! Victory
Look at all these 8th Corps. These are my best knights, and most of them are still on horse.
We showed them! Yeah!
We won!
Victory!
Battles like this are so satisfying to know that you faced a huge force, used tactics, used the companions that you've been fighting with. I've been fighting with these companions for over a year playing this game. A lot of these guys, it's almost like I know them. It's been a highly enjoyable experience. We have 155 men left. I know they're wounded, but that's pretty amazing. Guys are still gaining levels, still gaining skills. It's beautiful. As long as you guys stay interested in this 300 series, I'll keep making these videos. It's an awful lot of fun to play. Of course, it doesn't take me very long to process these battles. I have been trying to tell you guys how many times it took. This was our first take for this battle. I knew the battlefield, that helped. I have fought in this area before. I thought there'd be water. It certainly helped tremendously slowing down the enemy, but so did these badasses. Look at this, she's got a fucking javelin to the heart. Blood all over her face that she fights on. Look at that fucking sword. Thanks again for watching, friends. Our Spartans will be back next time.